everyone, my name is Mandi Lynn. I'm the author of the fantasy novels Essence and I Am Mercy and thriller novel She's Not Here, and it is 6 days until She's Not Here is published. In honor of the publication date of She's Not Here, I am posting every day on YouTube until this book is published. So as the countdown begins, today I am talking about all the different things you need to plan when you're self-publishing a novel. So there are so many different things you need to plan when you're self-publishing a book because it is all down to you. If you don't do stuff, then the ultimate success or non-success of your book comes down to you. So today I'm going to be walking you through all the different things that I planned and kind of sort of how I went about planning them. So the first thing you need to do is plan to release the title. So this is something you may or may not need to plan for. If you've been talking about your book for a long time and people already know the title, obviously you don't need to do a fancy release for it. However, if you've been talking about your book but you've never given it an official title, then you will need to do like some sort of fancy way of announcing it. This can be like a blog post, a post on social media, or if you have a YouTube channel, it could be a special video on your YouTube channel. Once you've officially decided that you're going to be self-publishing a book, you need to choose a release date and then plan everything backwards from there. Or if you would like, you can plan everything and then depending on how long you think it'll take to do all those things, then you choose a release date. But either way, it's very important to choose an actual release date to give people something to look forward to, because as soon as you announce that you're self-publishing a book, people are gonna ask, when can I buy it? And that's a great thing, but if you don't have an answer, then you might lose a sale. You never know. So with that said, what are the different things that you need to plan for? So the first thing you need to figure out is who's going to design the cover of your book and who's going to professionally edit your book. So I'm going to talk about book editing because that is the longest part in this whole process. You need a professional book editor, and I actually have a video that I will link down below as well as up in the cards about finding someone to edit your book on a budget. We talk about all these great resources that you can look into, but basically you want to give yourself a few months of time to actually go ahead and do all this editing. So you need to think, how long is your editor gonna have the book? How long are you gonna have the book? And how many rounds of edits are you doing? Do you need developmental edits? Do you need line edits? And naturally, you will most definitely need proof edits. And again, that takes a few months, so keep that in mind when you are choosing your release date. And the next thing you need to plan for is your cover designer. So there are many different cover designers that you can choose from. I will actually have a video releasing very soon about how I worked with the cover designer for She's Not Here. If you don't have the budget for a cover designer, or if you are good with Photoshop and you want to design the cover yourself, I do have a video as well that will be up in the cards and down below on how you can do your own DIY book covers. I worked with Damon Zaw to design this cover. She did an amazing job, but it did take almost maybe 2 months, but that's just because I was very picky and I kind of had her change a lot of really subtle details. Once you have the cover, you also want to plan to release the cover, like do a really big shebang. So I like to do an actual little mini social media campaign when it comes to releasing my covers. I like to gather as many people who will like to help out, and the way I do that is that I create a Google form where people just give me their name and their email, and they tell me that on the release day of the cover that they will post it on social media. So I collect all those emails, and then a few days before the actual release of the cover, I email everyone the cover and tell them when they can officially share it on social media. And when that day comes around, not only am I posting about it, but dozens of other people are posting about it and getting really excited. The next thing you want to keep in mind for your release date is formatting the book. So you have to decide if you're going to format it yourself or if you're gonna hire someone else to format it. So it can be very tricky to format a book. I'll have a video very soon on how to format a paperback or hardcover, but I also right now have a video on how to format an ebook, so if you would like to watch that, it'll be up in the cards or down below. Give yourself at least a month's time if you are formatting the book yourself, and I think if you're working with a graphic designer, it's at least a month as well. But some graphic designers, you need to like reserve your spot with them just because that's how many clients they have. So sometimes you need to reserve with them a few months in advance. The next thing you're gonna wanna decide is if you're gonna do a pre-order. So when my first books, Essence and I Am Mercy, came out, there actually wasn't an option to do pre-order for self-published books. But now there is the option to set your book up to be able to pre-order the ebook as well as the paperback. The ebook is super simple. You can set up the pre-order through Kindle, but the paperbacks are a little more complicated because when people pre-order the paperback, you actually have to approve their email and that they ordered it and stuff like that. So it's a little more tedious, but either way you should decide whether or not you would like to do a pre-order. Some of the different decision-making processes is what your goal is with this book. Is your goal to make as many sales as possible, or is your goal to kind of hit the Amazon bestseller list? If your goal is to make as many sales as possible, I would definitely recommend doing a pre-order. But if your goal is to end up on the Amazon bestseller list, I would think more clearly about it. So when someone pre-orders your book, that tally does not count towards the tally for the Amazon bestseller. The tally counts for the day that they buy it. So if people buy it during the pre-order period, you can actually become an Amazon best-selling author just based off of your pre-order. But again, it's just something to think about and consider. Another thing you want to consider is if you're going to do a pre-order campaign. So a pre-order campaign is when someone pre-orders their book and you kind of give them like a little haha happy incentive for doing it. So what I do is that for my online course AuthorTube Academy, anyone who pre-ordered the ebook is going to receive an exclusive coupon for AuthorTube Academy that actually gives you AuthorTube Academy for 50% off. So with that said, if you have not pre-ordered She's Not Here, or you still would like to pre-order She's Not Here, that will be linked down below, and then you fill out the other link that's down there to give me proof that you pre-ordered it, and I will email you that coupon. You can also do a release week campaign, which is basically the same thing, but instead of during the pre-order period, it's during the first week or so of the book being released. This is actually something I'm doing for She's Not Here, and it may or may not include signed book plates for whoever orders the book. But I will be telling you more about that when that actually becomes available. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is a big topic, and I might actually end up doing a more in-depth video about it, but that is marketing. So there's many things you can do to market your book when it comes to release, and I'm just going to name them off because I've got them listed on my phone and it'll be easier. So when it comes to marketing your book, you may want to decide if you want a street team, which is a whole bunch of people that will promote your book. You're going to want to figure out how you're going to get advanced reviews of the book. This means it's sending out advanced reader copies to social influencers or different things like that. You want to decide if you're going to be doing different ads on your book, so ads on Facebook, ads on Amazon, or a Goodreads giveaway. You're going to want to decide if you're going to do a book trailer to help promote the book, which, by the way, there is a book trailer for She's Not Here, so links below. You're going to want to decide if you're going to want to do giveaways. I'm actually doing a few fun giveaways, so be sure to follow me on social media because I actually teamed up with a few people who make bookish items, including a book sleeve that's exclusive to She's Not Here and a candle and bookmark as well. So if you would like to win that as well as a copy of She's Not Here, be sure to check it out. You want to decide if you want to do some sort of YouTube tag where it kind of helps promote your book, and I will be having a YouTube tag that's also going to be an Instagram tag. And with that said, you're going to want to decide if you want to do an Instagram tag, and then of course you want to have your author newsletter. So you should be building your author newsletter way before the book comes out. Your author newsletter is just a supply of people that follow you and are dedicated to you. So newsletters are essential because social media algorithms may change, which makes it harder for your posts and things to pop up in front of people's faces. But newsletters your information goes directly to someone's inbox. It's a lot harder for someone to miss it if it's in their inbox rather than their social media feed where they follow oh so many people with oh so many posts. The next thing you want to plan for is the release day itself. What are you going to do on release day to celebrate your book? Are you going to be doing a live stream? And if you are doing a live stream on either YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, are you going to be doing it with someone else? Are you going to be doing giveaways? In different things like that. You just want to think, what can I do to get the most excitement on release day? With that said, I will be doing a live stream here on YouTube for the release day of my book, which is October 2nd, and I will be having a few special guests as well as some fun giveaways, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And the last thing you want to plan for is what's gonna happen after the release. So release day is really exciting. It's really easy to get people super excited to read the book. However, after release day, it's hard to keep that traction going. So you're gonna have to brainstorm on how am I gonna get people to continue talking about the book? How am I gonna get people to review the book online so more people buy the book? And there's endless opportunities to do that, and there's just a ton of fun creative ways to do that as well. So that is the breakdown of all the things that I like to plan for when I'm releasing a book. I like to plan it out in a notebook, and I also have a bullet journal that I write everything in so it looks pretty because I like to do it that way. Let me know if there's anything that you plan for when you're self-publishing that I may have not mentioned here. If you would like to stay up to date on my book and my publishing house, be sure to subscribe to my author newsletter down below. You'll get my free How to Conquer Writer's Block mini guide as well as the first 3 chapters of my novel She's Not Here for your viewing pleasure. Otherwise, that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.